It is really degrading. It is mind-blowing as to how the culture, who you are as a person. If all I'm getting, get an understanding of who you are. To be so comfortable to think what a BBL is going to do.
Is just having a hard time living her everyday life, and I guess we would never know, but injecting this amount of fat or liquid silicone is not only problematic in the aesthetic part, but brain fog, fatigue, discomfort, migration are just some of the symptoms that may happen later in the years.
What the plastic surgery is going to do when it's on the level of enhancements to compete, when it's on the levels of, okay, let me see if I can get him to spend this bag on this, because from what I've heard, as far as trips and shopping sprees, young ladies are asking, can you get me a BBL? And then the man is measured by how much he's going to pay depending on who that doctor is. And don't get too comfortable, because you got some women that's too quick to recommend the wrong doctor. Then you got to deal with that because you took that recommendation to fly out to get this, that, and the third done, and all the time they was kind of hating on you because they wanted you to have such complications, or they didn't tell you about the side effects and who you should have went to instead and how they had to get it corrected by the other doctor. See, this situation here about these BBLs is really, really intricate. So when it becomes a trend and you hear somebody like Dream Doll speaking out, saying, well, I think the natural body, I want to go back to, I'm having the liposuction to have the BBL, what was used, lipoed out, removed.
When I got surgery, and I'm like, want to transition back to my natural body. Like,
oh, what now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's going out of fashion?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So how will you go back then?
Well, I did a butt reduction.
Oh, so how did you do that?
Just lipo in your butt.
What, they just take it all out?
They just lipo it.
Oh.
But it's a process. It's level. I feel like natural bodies are more in slim, thick. I feel like that is like what's in right now.
But so naturally, are you you're slim, thick, right?
Nasata, no ass at all.
That's me. That is me. I was gonna say that was me.
I wish I could have like my A cups back, like so bad, but it just.
But why though?
Cause I miss little boobs. It be hurting your back and stuff, but also it's just like nothing fits. All my stuff has to be custom tailored. Any jean got to be taken in. It's a lot of maintenance. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired, and I'm tired of singing it. If I would have knew what I knew now, I would have never.
You got the likes of Chyna and Angela White going through a cleanse, and she's done had this and that removed to reclaim back who she originally was. But how original can you really go back? Then you got the behinds that's straight up sagging like a doggone die. You know how to spell it. You know how to pronounce it. You got them looking deformed. You got them. You basically got the behind walking on its own because it's dragging at such a low point that it's dragging you down, not only physically but mentally in the mind. What did I do wrong? What did I commit against my body? How do I go back? Can I forgive myself? Can I move forward? Was it a mistake? Can I admit to it? Will I begin to speak out about the dangers now that I have learned? But see, this is why when we do go into the medical office practice, we have to sign a consent. We have to decide if we are going to go along when we have any form of surgery. We have to give consent, informed consent. We have to know, have we done our research once again? Is this being done for medically trained purposes for my body? What is the reason? Is it somebody in the music industry and they are being told, well, in order for you to excel, in order for your career to take off, you have to have this done. You have to talk like this. But don't you know it still doesn't change who you are? Just because of the outward man has made a change, what's still going on in the mind? Do you think now you can possibly compete with the so-called bad chick to have that look, but you still don't have the confidence to match it? What goes along with it, or the conversations, or the compliments that are overly aggressive? And then you're like, well, I don't want nobody to want me for my body. Well, what did you get it done for? Because you got women looking, if you got eyes, if you can feel. You got men looking, if you got eyes, if you can feel. Oh Lord, and let's not get on when it was being mentioned. The BBL stinks.
Getting a BBL ruined my life. So I was a teenager in the 2010s when Instagram was new and like the it girls were Instagram models. And all these girls started getting BBLs. The bigger your ass was, the more successful you were going to be. I saw Kylie Jenner do it and I was like, oh my god, I need that. And I grew up watching like Kim K's butt like triple in size every year. And I was like, I need to be her. All the men want her. The reason I'm not getting a boyfriend is because I don't have her butt. So when I got my money up in the 2020s, I spent $15,000 on a, not realizing it was about to be my downfall. BBLs were straight up a trend. My life completely fell apart after I got one.
But you know what? I'm glad it's taken off as far as if it is a trend. But then you got the trend of Ozempic. Ozempic for diabetics when you're diagnosed with a chronic or acute medical condition. But it's Ozempic done took off. Everybody want to be thin. Everybody want to be thin. What? That's the trend now. Be healthy for you. Be healthy for you. Know what's in your range, what your BMI is supposed to be for who you are, by your height, by your weight. Because you got some that's just getting overly comfortable with their stomach, having a side effect of being paralyzed and then not wanting to eat using the Ozempic injectable. It's just really something to think about. But again, it really, really behooves me that the mind is just that relaxed. Like, oh, well, let me go hop on this trend now. No, you already have to know who you are. And I see why now, because of course, we have good doctors out here. I see why now some doctors have refused to go through with certain surgeries because the mental state is not stable. Because at the end of the day, you still gonna be who you are. You are, because you have to work. It takes work. Now, okay, maybe some people do need a little extra help along the way for whatever those reasons are. That's between you and God. That is between you and God. But I'm telling y'all, when that confidence level is within, it exudes. Because if it's, in my opinion, if it's for the pressure of to be in the club, I've seen some women where they have said in interviews, oh, well, they were competing with this type of body, but this is the body I had, and still made a living. What is the reason? But everybody has to make their own decision. And sometimes it comes with a cost. And sometimes you can save yourself without it coming with a cost if you just keep it real with yourself and do what you got to do and what's healthy for you. Now, there have been some good jobs out there that some doctors have performed, and there's been some jobs out there that where the doctor was just about the money. Just do your research.